This is an Entry 3 Functional Skills Maths paper from NCFE. It is split into two parts. In the first part you can't use a calculator, but you can in the second part. Activity 1. Mobile phone shop. Jack is the manager of a mobile phone shop. Jack gets the bus to work. He leaves at 7:40 a.m. It takes him 25 minutes. Which clock shows the time Jack arrives at work? Tick your answer. So 7:40. If we add 20 minutes to that, that will be then 8 o'clock. So what we have left then is just 5 minutes. So add in another 5 minutes. It will be 8:05 or 5 past 8. And that is clock B. Sometimes Jack walks to work. It takes him 1 hour and 20 minutes. He needs to arrive at work by 8:15 a.m. What's the latest time Jack can set off? So he needs to arrive at 8:15. If we go 1 hour backwards, then that will make it 7:15. Now we've got 20 minutes backwards. So I'll break this down into 15 and 5. So taking away 15, we go to 7 o'clock. And taking away just 5 minutes, we go to 6:55. And that's the latest time Jack can set off. Jack sells all of these mobile phones in 1 month. Jack thinks he has sold more than 1,000 phones. Is he correct? Show your working. Let's add them up and see. So 9 and 1 makes 10, and 6, 16, and 1, 17. So 7 down and 1 carried over. 9 and 1 is 10, then 11, 12, 15. 2 and 1 is 3, and 2 is 5, and 2 is 7, and 2 is 9. So 957. So we're going to say no, he sold 957 phones. Jack sees that 2/5 of the Elite mobile phones he has sold are silver. What fraction are not silver? So 2/5 are silver. The rest of them are not silver. So what is left? 5/5 is the whole thing, all of the phones. So if I take away 2/5 from that, I'm left with 3/5. Jack thinks 2/5 is equivalent to 6/10. He's wrong. Which of the following two fractions are equivalent to 2/5? So 2/5, to keep fraction the same, we need to multiply or divide the top and the bottom number by the same number. So if I multiply by 2, this will be 4/10. So multiplying 2 by 2 gives me 4, multiplying 5 by 2 gives me 10. Or if I multiply by 3, then I would have 2 times 3 is 6, 5 times 3 is 15. Or multiplying by 4, 5, and so on, any number. So 2/5, does 4/10 appear here? Yes. And 6/15, yes. So 2/10 is not, because they've multiplied by 2 the 5, but they haven't multiplied the 2 by 2. 5/15, they've multiplied the 5 by 3, but they haven't multiplied the 2 by 3 to get 6. So that's why A and C are not the right options. Jack has a delivery of mobile phone cases. 18 boxes are delivered. Each box contains 16 cases. How many mobile phone cases are delivered in total? Show your working. So we're going to need to do 18 times 16. 6 times 8 is 48. So 8 down and 4 carried over. 6 times 1 is 6. Add the 4, gives us 10. Now we're moving down, so we put a 0 first. 1 times 8 is 8. 1 times 1 is 1. So 288. Jack measures one of the mobile phone cases. Measure the longest edge of the phone case. Write your answer in the space provided. Now, this is slightly different on screen because the size can vary. So on paper, you'd place the ruler starting from 0 and then stopping at this point, which is 11 centimeters in this case. And this is the end of this part. This is now the second part of the paper, and we can use a calculator here. Activity 2, shop deliveries. Sally deals with deliveries. Sally measures the delivery carton. She writes the measurements on her drawing below. What is the length of the longest edge? We've got these measurements given in different units, so millimeters, centimeters, millimeters. I'm going to convert the centimeters into millimeters so then we can compare easily. So in 1 centimeter, there are 10 millimeters, those small units in the ruler, and you can use that to help you. So 19 centimeters will be 10 times more, so 190 millimeters. So I did in my head 19 times 10, but you can use a calculator here if you want as well. So now we've got 150, 190, 160. So 190 millimeters is the longest edge, which is also 19 centimeters. That's how it was given to us. How many right angles are on one face of the delivery carton? On one face there will be 4, so let's just take one of them. There would be a right angle here, another one here, another one here, and finally 4 of them. They don't look like right angles here in this position, but when you've got them in front of you, that's what they are, right angles, because these are rectangles, rectangular faces. Sally weighs a delivery carton on an electronic scale. She will have to pay a fee if it weighs more than 3.5 kilograms. And we can see this is 3.45 kilograms. Will Sally have to pay the fee? Give a reason for your answer. So comparing 3.5 and 3.45, when you haven't got a second digit after the decimal point, you can add a 0 because it doesn't make any difference. So if we think, in case it's easier, as if this was money, this would be £3.50 and this would be £3.45. So that means that this is lower than 3.5. So will Sally have to pay the fee? No, because 3.45 is lower than 3.5. The mobile phone shop sells batteries. The batteries come in triangular boxes. Each box holds 15 batteries. 6 triangular boxes are packed into one large box. A customer orders 11 large boxes. How many batteries does the customer order in total? Show your working. So first of all, there are 15 batteries in each of the triangular boxes. So that would be 15, 15, 15, 15, 15 and 15. So we're going to multiply 6 by 15. Which gives us 90. And if a customer orders 11 large boxes, that means 11 times 90, which is 990. Sally has to deliver 42 boxes of the batteries altogether. Each box weighs 19 kilograms. Sally uses multiplication to work out the total weight. Sally checks her answer by rounding the numbers to the nearest 10. Show how she does this. So, rounding 40 to the nearest 10, that's going to give us 40, because it's closer to 40 than to 50. Then 19, that is 20 when you round it to the nearest 10. And multiplying 40 by 20 gives us 800. Draw all the lines of symmetry on the large box. Right, so this would be one of them, and we can have another one like this, and another one going this way, then we can have one here, one here, And one more here. Obviously, it's not perfect, because otherwise they would all go through the center. But you get the idea. So how many of these? Well, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. Activity 3, Sales Manager. Asha is the sales manager for 6 shops. Asha travels from Jack's shop in Wolverhampton to the other shops. Which direction is the Derby shop from Wolverhampton? Here is Wolverhampton, here is north, here is east. So this is in between north and east, so we're going to say northeast. Or short, NE. Asha writes down her visits to each shop in her diary. Complete the frequency table to show the number of visits. Right, so Birmingham, 1, 2, 3 of them. Derby, 1, 2, 3, 4. Highley, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Stafford, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Telford, 1, 2, just 2 of them. Asha has a chart to show the number of mobile phones sold in each of the 6 shops in 1 month. She knows that Birmingham sold 90 less phones than Derby. So Stafford sold double the number of phones that Wolverhampton sold. Complete the chart for Asha, show you working. Right, so Birmingham sold 90 less phones than Derby. Let's have a look at Derby. That is 350, so 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, so 370. If I take away 90 from 370, I get 280. So I'm going to have to show that here, 280. Here is 250, 260, 270, 280. So I'm going to go up and show this here. Now for Stafford, they sold double the number of phones that Wolverhampton sold. So where is Wolverhampton? We are going down to this point, which is 240. So 2 times 240 gives us 480. So where is 480? There is 450, 60, 70, 80. So I am going to show this here. And we've shown both of them. This graph shows the number of mobile phones that Jack's shop sold each month in 2018. Jack tells Asha, in the month with the highest sales, we sold 5 times more phones than in the month with the lowest sales. Is Jack correct? Show how you decide. So let's have a look at the month with the highest sales, and that is December. So how many phones were sold? That's 500 here, and this is 600, so 520, 540, 550. And the month with the lowest sales is March. So there is 100, so this is 120. So 5 times more, if I multiply 5 by 120, I get 600, which is higher than 550. So is Jack correct? No. 5 times 120 is 600. Activity 4, serving customers. Sid is serving customers in the mobile phone shop. Sid shows the customer a new phone. The customer pays an equal amount every month for 24 months. How much will the customer pay each month? Show your working. So the total cost is £432. So we're going to do 432 divided by 24, which gives us £18. The customer buys the following items: phone case, headphones, car charger. The customer pays with £60. She thinks she will get £1.97 change. Is she correct? Show your working. So let's just add these all together. So we've got £8.95, £45.75, and £4.33. which equals £59.03. If I take that away from 60, that leaves me with 0.97. So the answer is no, she will get 97p change. Sid rounds each of the costs to the nearest pound to check the total. Show how he does this. So looking at the prices, £8.95 is closer to £9 than to £8. £45.75, that is closer to 46 than to 45, and £4.33 is closer to £4 than it is to £5. So adding 9, 46 and 4 gives us 59. The shop sells waterproof bags for mobile phones. A customer has a phone that measures 72mm by 114mm. The customer wants the smallest bag that their phone will fit in. Which is the best bag for the customer to buy? So looking at this, the first one is 70 by 120. Needs to be at least 72. So A is not an option. B 75, which is higher than 72, and 115, which is higher than 114. So this is one option. Looking at C, 80, that is higher than 72, but 110 is lower than 114, so it's not an option. Looking at D, we've got 85, which is higher than 72, and 120, which is higher than 114. So C and D are the two options, but out of them two, we're going to go for B because it's the smallest bag that the phone will fit in. So we'll write B here. A new phone weighs 10 grams less than the lightest phone in the shop. What does the new phone weigh? Show your working. So the lightest of them all, out of A, B, C, D, and E, let's work it out. So we're going to convert the kilograms into grams. So 0.12 kilograms is equal to 120 grams. And you can work it out by multiplying this by 1000 because there are 1000 grams in a kilogram, and the other one is 110 grams. So which number is the smallest of them all? That is 110 grams, which is option D, and we're looking at 10 gram less. So 110 take away 10, that gives us 100 grams, and that's the weight of the new phone. Sid decides to have a competition. There are 6 prizes to be won. He gives a £10 prize to every 15th customer. Complete the table below. So we've gone from 15 to 30 to 45, so adding 15 each time. So I'm going to add 15 to 45, and that gives me 60. If I add 15 to 60, it gives me 75. And if I add 15 to 75, it gives me 90.